2 days. That is how long DPS Trooper Edenhofer was on the force.
When things like this happen, it is tough to even comprehend it. And tonight, DPS Director Colonel Frank Milstead is joining us now live in studio with our Steve Irvin. You guys?
Thanks so much, Stephanie. Frank, you and I have known each other for a long time. You have been a police officer and in law enforcement for 34 years. This is the first time that you've led an organization where you've lost an officer in the line of duty. What kind of impact does it have on the whole department and all the guys who have to go and suit up and go out there on duty and still do their jobs?
You know, I've been in the leadership role really at the top of the pyramid now for almost 9 years, and I've never lost an officer, like you said, in the line of duty. I will tell you that last night when the deputy director picked me up and we started headed out to West I-10, it gives you a lot to think about. There's a lot that's going on. I was incredibly proud of the men and women of DPS who showed up at the hospital in the middle of the night and then who came in to escort Tyler's body to the medical examiner's office. The people, I addressed 280 of our supervisors this morning, and it was very solemn. But this agency has a lot of camaraderie. It has a lot of history. There's a lot of pride that goes along at DPS, and I could not give you a date. I have not asked, but I couldn't tell you the last time we lost a trooper in an act of violence like this. It's just not common, but I will tell you it doesn't surprise me that we had another officer involved shooting. I think people feel empowered to challenge police. I think I-10 West is a very dangerous place right now because of the amount of traffic and the drugs and everything else that go on in the state.
It's obviously a multi-cause sort of problem when you try to boil it down to why police are seeing so many violent encounters out there. But what do we do about it?
Well, I think it's two things. I think all of America, all of Arizona has to continue to show support for law enforcement. I think we as leadership need to provide the best training that we can, and I think we do, and I think we do a really good job at training young officers, young men and women to do this. I'm humbled by the fact that so many young people still want to come out and risk their lives. The men and women that I lead would give their lives to protect somebody that they don't know.
You hear a lot of people that have been commenting on our Facebook page calling in. There's a lot of support out there for law enforcement officers, despite what you hear in other stories about encounters with police and so forth and so on. Realistically, does that change, I guess, recruiting and getting people to join the department, the perceptions that you have?
All of us have challenges recruiting. I was really afraid at one time that we might lose a generation of young men and women who want to do this job and go do something else because of the negativity that went around the job. And I will tell you that we train our officers in these encounters to win. For us to not win these is bad. We have an officer that doesn't get to go home. We have another officer that goes home with a gunshot wound. They were encountering an unarmed, slight build male subject that's out on the freeway for whatever reason, throwing things at cars, and it's nonsensical. I don't know why, but a non-lethal encounter turned lethal. 24
years old, that has to hit you like a sock in the gut too. 52 days, not even a full-fledged officer, still in training in all of that. When somebody asks you why Tyler, as his fiance apparently asked, what do you tell them?
I don't have an answer. I would tell you that I truly believe we all have an amount of time we get to spend on the planet and to be here, and he was called back, his time had passed, and for whatever reason it was his day. And it's as hard as that is to swallow, to deal with. I would tell you that all of us, and after 34 years, there's many days I probably shouldn't have got home, but it wasn't my day. You know, I've had all kinds of encounters where I didn't think that I was going to make it out of, and it wasn't my day.
Frank, I appreciate your time. I know you've been up for a very long time since this incident last night. And I appreciate you taking the time to talk with us today.
I appreciate it, Steve, and it's an honor to represent the agency and lead, and I just appreciate you guys taking the time to talk about it, and Jerry Williams being here as well. She's been a great partner of mine for the last 30 years.
Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Guys.
All right, now